Bob Gulino. Adding one word. Adding one word. Bob Gulino.
This is a piece of letter-sized paper. This is a pair of scissors. Do you think that I can cut a hole in this piece of paper big enough for my entire body to fit through? Not figuratively or symbolically or metaphorically, but literally, my entire body. No illusions, no special effects. Do you think that I can cut a hole in this piece of paper big enough for my entire body to fit through? Before you take out your phone to find an answer on Google or ChatGPT if you're into intelligence of the artificial kind, let me ask you, what was your initial reaction to that question? Did you think, nah, no way, can't be done? Or maybe you thought, he's just trying to trick me. Or perhaps, how's he going to do that? For me, that might be the most powerful word in the English language. How? The impact of that one little word, how, has changed my perspective. It has given me a whole new approach to facing change or trying something new. Have you ever been reluctant to try something new? Or maybe deal with an unexpected change? Why did you feel reluctant? If you'd like to overcome that reluctance, I'm happy to share a simple trick that will help you tap into a power that could transform your thinking. Here's the secret. Add the word how to the questions you may ask yourself. Specifically, instead of asking yourself, can I, change the question to, how can I? Getting to the how will get you to the wow. Getting to the how will get you to the wow. Once you figure out how to reach your goal, it's a lot easier to get there, isn't it? I am not a car person at all. Growing up, many of my relatives were. They could take an engine apart and put it back together in a time that it took me just to find the radiator. Yes, I have lived a decidedly nerdy lifestyle from a young age. I couldn't point to a carburetor, but I could spell it. 2 years ago, we bought a used, pre-owned SUV for our hiking and camping trips. And my wife was having a little difficulty seeing out the back window. So I decided to install a rear view camera for her. Are you familiar with that expression about those roads that are paved with good intentions? Yeah, this project turned out to be well beyond the little knowledge that I had about anything related to cars. To install that camera, I needed to install a new radio on the dashboard, connect a new wiring harness, and run a wire from the dashboard all the way to the back of the car, which involved removing another piece of the dashboard, the interior side panels along the driver's side, the floor and side panels in the trunk, and the interior panel on the rear door. Oh, and I needed to drill a couple of holes in the car. Thankfully, there is YouTube. Watching those videos, in other words, learning how, gave me the confidence to tell myself, all right, I can do this. And I completed the project in a single afternoon. Okay, there was one screw left over that I still can't figure out where it goes, but everything seems to be working. More importantly, my wife is now much happier driving the SUV. My wow became her wow. That's why I love the word how. Thinking about how to get it done helped get it done. Getting to the how will get you to the wow. What's your goal? Your wow. Maybe it's small, or maybe it's big and bodacious. Maybe you want to run a marathon, or start a new business, or learn to fly an airplane. Whatever your wow may be, try adding the word how to the questions you ask yourself. Can I run a marathon becomes, how can I run a marathon? Instead of, can I start a business? How can I start a business? Rather than, can I cut a hole in this piece of paper big enough for my entire body to fit through? Try, how can I cut a hole in this piece of paper big enough for my entire body to fit through? Well, let me show you how. Start by folding the paper in half, and then make a few alternating cuts. Again, this is just a plain old piece of paper and a plain old pair of scissors. How you make the cuts, that is, how you do it, is what makes the magic. Even though it's just adding one little word to the questions you ask yourself, changing your thinking can be hard. It takes practice. But once you've mastered it, it will transform the lingering doubt of, I don't know, can I do this? Into the more confident, all right, how can I do this? Henry Ford, a very famous car person, unlike me, once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Asking yourself, can I, let your mind think that maybe you can't. On the other hand, asking yourself, how can I, helps you move past any doubts or reservations you may have and focus on getting the task done. In this case, making a hole in a piece of paper. Getting to the how will get you to the wow. What's your wow? And how will you get there? Mr. Toastmaster.